All right, you guys. So like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you guys get all the updates whenever we release video content on the channel. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. Salute to my brother A Weapons. He repping the life music. Make sure y'all following us on social media on our Instagram. Also, make sure that you guys check out our Facebook channel, facebook.com/Ticket TV. All these links are going to be in the description box below. You guys can also catch our podcast show. Make sure y'all subscribe to our podcast show. We'll have all the hidden content that you guys didn't see from our podcast show. So all of the links will be pinned below. Salute to everybody who donates to the stream. And we're going to get ready to get started with this stream today now. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Much love, honor, respect, and appreciation. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. So press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section. Press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section, man. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all can hear me? All right, I got a little echo. Let me fix this. We'll get right into this video, man. As hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, as ex-bodyguard for Diddy, Gene Deal has come out in a recent interview with you guys, with the Art of Dialogue, and basically he spilled some information that involves NBA superstar and legend LeBron James. Now, I'm just gonna tell you guys before I play this video. Shout out to Art of Dialogue. Make sure if you guys are not subscribed to his YouTube channel, you guys go subscribe to his channel, The Art of Dialogue. If you are, or if you listen, I'm gonna say something. When I make these videos, I'm telling you guys and showing you guys what the people are saying. I did a video earlier today on Magic Johnson and what Magic Johnson had to say. And I saw some people saying, "Oh, Ticket Man, oh man, why you saying this about Bronny?" I'm like, bro, that's what Magic Johnson said. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I said, bro, that's what Magic Johnson said. Why is you? Oh, Ticket Man, look at you, man. You, man, bro. Magic Johnson said Bronny should not play no games in the NBA this season, not me. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing is going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons who got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. It sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. Somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong. He would.
So, yeah, man. Gene Deal, basically put it down. And at the end, that was 50 Cent who was trolling online. 50 Cent put up a video trolling Diddy, which a lot of people giving mixed reactions about with Diddy and basically Meek Mill, who's came out vehemently and denied, having any kind of dealing, with with Diddy on that level. And so, you know, it's some people that's upset with 50 about that, saying that you a street dude, why is you doing that? And then there's some people that's laughing and stuff like that and saying, hey, it is what it is, you know. But back to this Gene Deal stuff, man. Gene Deal has basically said that, and you know, a lot of people feel have mixed emotions on Gene Deal. Some people like Gene Deal, some people don't like Gene Deal. Some people think that Gene Deal says all of these things and they say, hey, well, why didn't you do anything to stop it? Gene says in response to that, he says that when he was there and he saw stuff, he did stop it and he said stuff about it. And he says that a lot of the new stuff, that this is stuff, that information that's been passed to him, you know, from people who was working with Diddy, because he stopped working with Diddy, I think he said in 2004, right? And so now Gene Deal, as you guys seen, is basically said that Diddy would use the videos to hold over these people's heads, and that now the feds have those videos. And he said that even, you know, LeBron James, NBA superstar for the Los Angeles Lakers, could potentially be caught up in some of those videos that the feds have their possessions on, because he said that, you know, LeBron James came out in the past and said ain't no party like a Diddy party. And so that has been magnified throughout the media, throughout, you know what I'm saying, all of social media as well. So a lot of people had been talking about that and wondering why LeBron James has said that, and then now he's quiet. A lot of people have criticism of LeBron James because, you know, he wasn't quiet when it came to Kyrie Irving and going in on Kyrie Irving and other things, but, you know, he's quiet about this situation right now. He was quiet about the situation where Kel Sonnen made accusations against him, which LeBron James could easily have filed a defamation lawsuit if those allegations weren't true. Listen, I'm gonna just say how I feel about this. I don't know who's on those tapes, and I don't know what the feds have on those tapes. Last night, I did a video, and I told you guys last night that the lawyer, her name is Ariel Mitchell Kidd, came out and said that she was approached by a person who wanted her to basically facilitate and represent her selling one of those sex tapes that she said that she saw of Diddy and another person who was more high profile and celebrity than Diddy in the tape, to the other person who was actually in the tape, so that it would be off the streets, because she said that there was tapes right now floating around Hollywood with Diddy on those tapes with other people. And so she says that people are trying to sell those tapes in Hollywood right now, and that somebody tried to use her as an intermediary to sell those tapes. Now, she didn't say, oh, well, if any, she didn't say any names in those tapes. Like, she didn't say, oh, it was LeBron James in those tapes or anything like that. But what Gene Deal said Gene Deal, again, he is the former bodyguard of Diddy. What he said is, and I'm gonna play it again. He said this on All the Dialogues channel. I'll let you guys hear it again from his mouth, and then we'll break down what he said and talk about what he said.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having one or two or maybe three ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing is going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong.
So yeah, man, that's what Gene Deal's saying, man. And so again, we don't know what the feds got, man. They say they got a lot of the tapes. We don't know what the feds have on those tapes, man. And so again, this is gonna be one of them situations where, you know, a lot of people is worried, I guess. A lot of people's quiet. A lot of people's figuring, like, am I on those tapes that the feds got? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, so again, I told you guys last night that that lady came out. Now, that lady that came out last night, she said again that there are tapes. Now this is what she said. And she said that she didn't say that in the tape that, you know, Diddy was like forcing the person or whatever like that. She just said that in the tape. So she's basically said that it sounded like it was consensual uh sexual relationship between Diddy and the other person. She just said that the problem was, she said she didn't, the way that the tape was video, it seemed like it was videoed, that the other person was not aware that the video, that they were being videoed. And so now she's saying that the other person, uh, somebody came to her who has the tape in Hollywood. And again, she said there's a lot of those tapes out there. But she said another person came to her trying to facilitate her selling the tape. Now, I told you guys, the Fed's gonna go knock on her door because they're gonna try to figure out who sent her those screenshots of that video, who tried to sell her that tape. I don't know why she went on TV last night on the news and said that. So we're gonna go over what she said.
This week, his attorney told TMZ that Diddy wants to testify at his racketeering and sex trafficking trial.
So hold on one second, y'all. So I'm gonna play on this tape exactly what she said right now.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because... Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped? Yes, there have been people already shopping. We've heard about the tapes. Yes. The shopping thing is... Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular...
Now, see, stop right there. She said, now listen to what she said, y'all. Now, this is a lawyer right here that's in California right now. And she said that there are Diddy sex tapes that the feds don't have. She said that these sex tapes are going around California right now. Now, here's the thing. What's the problem with a sex tape? I told you guys, if you have a consensual sex tape, I don't see a crime in that. But she's saying, here's what she's gonna say that is gonna muddy the waters. She said that she saw numerous screenshots from the tape from the person who's trying to sell her the tape. And she said in those shots that she saw, it was a pornographic type of tape, sex tape. But she said that the other person that was in the tape with Diddy didn't seem to know that they were being recorded because the angle of the tape would suggest that it was a hidden tape that was being used. So now they're saying that the tapes weren't only in Diddy's house that the feds raided. They got tapes that was in his residence, but they're saying, like I told y'all last night, that there's tapes now that's all in Hollywood that people are trying to sell. So now you see all these people quitting their jobs, people leaving and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It may just be a thing where people are ashamed and they don't want to be seen. Now, again, I told you guys yesterday, you know, a lot of people in here, y'all do tapes. You might have a relationship. You may do tapes, whatever like that. You may break up with the person. You may still have the tape. See, here is the sticky situation right here in a thin line. So, for example, if you with a person, y'all do a tape. So let's say Diddy is with this person. They do a tape. Let's say the tape is consensual, but Diddy breaks up with the person. Then let's say that after he breaks up with the person, he still got the tapes. That's why I said, like we got to figure out, is that a legal thin line that if he still keep those tapes and then those tapes somehow leak out, somebody steals the tapes, somebody hacks him and gets the tapes. You know what I'm saying? Or somehow somebody else gets their hands on the tapes. does that still fall under the responsibility of Diddy through the other person who's on the tapes if those tapes get out? So that's why, you know what I'm saying, I was telling y'all, listen to the words she's saying when she said this last night. I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because... Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped? Yes, there have been people already shopping. We've heard about the tapes. Yes. The shopping thing is... Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge. I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill. Catch and kill, correct. Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on. No, I can't. So she's saying that basically the catch and kill, y'all, is where a person, I got these tapes. Maybe I don't want the feds to get them, but I want to sell them to get them off my hands. Right now is the best time to sell this tape. Why? Because everybody want these Diddy tapes. So how in the hell somebody else got the tapes? I don't know. But maybe it was security guards. Maybe it was other people that had access to the residents and these places that kept these tapes. See, that's what happens when you got a lot of people around you. People can keep stuff for you, set you up, hold things against you. See, this is the type of shit I think that a lot of people are gonna learn a lesson from. For example, if you a guy like Diddy, you got a team of people that's around you all the time. A lot of people that's working with you. So if you got people that's working with you, videography first, all of these things. Let me give y'all a perfect example. Go back and look at what happened this past year with the basketball thing 2 years ago, right? The year before last. You guys remember when Draymond Green punched out Jordan Poole? Well, guess what? How in the God's green earth did that tape get leaked to TMZ? Well, you know why? Golden State Warriors have a staff, right? NBA practices are closed. Now, I want y'all to think about this. NBA practices are closed, right? So they have a video staff that videos every single practice. So that staff is responsible for those tapes. Nobody else on the outside is supposed to be able to get inside the facility at all. So it would have to have been somebody on that video team that got that tape, leaked that tape to TMZ, and now the world's seen that tape with Draymond Green, right? They could have held on to that tape, but that tape got released by somebody. How did that get released? So now, if you think about the Diddy situation, now look at the Diddy situation. You might have all these people that's working around you, right? People might be cool with you now, but while they working around you, what they doing? They keeping intel on you. Let me give y'all an example. When you got guys that's filthy rich, you will see superstars. There are stories about guys like Floyd Mayweather who just leave tens of thousands of dollars sitting on the table around his boys. He's a multi-millionaire, damn near a billionaire, right? So he don't care. I leave 30 racks sitting over here on the table. You don't know if one of your boys don't chipped off 5 racks of that 30 racks, 6, 7, 8 racks of that 30 racks. Because you got so big of an entourage and so many people around you, you just don't know unless you going back watching the cameras. You got cameras all in your house and you catching these people in the act. These things happen. So go back to Diddy, those tapes. So Diddy, they say, has over 250 cameras in his crib. So you got all these things recording, right? Who's to say that these people didn't make copies of these tapes, get these tapes, and now you got an abundance of people in Hollywood that's just holding on to these tapes, waiting on a rainy day. And now, since the feds don't raided the homes, went and got those tapes that he had in the homes, you got some people that's in Hollywood that got these tapes on the street. So now it's time to unleash these tapes because everybody's hot, everybody's talking about it, and everybody wants those tapes. So now you talk about what she just said, which is the catch and kill, which is, okay, look, you're a high-profile celebrity. I got you on this sex tape with Diddy. You didn't even know you was being recorded. What I'm gonna do is, though, I can't get to you direct. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to an attorney or somebody who's at a high level who can get in contact with you or your team to get in contact with you to try to sell this tape back to you so that you can get it out of the public. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a catch and kill, so that this tape that I got right here don't get into the wrong hands. Because let's say that person just turns around, sells it to somebody else, and that person goes and tries to sell it to the media or something like that. Then you have a situation like you had with CNN, and I'm not saying CNN, bought a tape or something like that. Somebody may have just gave them that tape, but you get a situation where the media gets a tape, and now it's out there to the public, and now the other celebrity who was on the tape, now they're totally embarrassed and they're totally exposed to the general public. So this lady said that the person that was on the Diddy tape, the sex tape with Diddy, she said this person is more high profile than Diddy. So you got all these people in Hollywood that's sleeping with each other, that's got tapes on each other, that's blackmailing each other, and they don't even know. You got people in your inner circle. So the only way that those tapes could have got out to the public is that people that was around Diddy's circle and in Diddy's circle, and y'all seeing these people flipping on Diddy, turning state on Diddy, turning in evidence on Diddy, turning in testimony on Diddy. You don't know if they had tapes or they turned into the feds on Diddy. We don't know what the feds got as far as on them tapes. And then some of these tapes leaked out. People sold these tapes. These tapes is on the streets. People are making calls to try to get these tapes off their hands and sell these tapes and get high price money for these tapes because the situation is hot. So that's why she said she declined it, because look what happens now. If somebody comes to her and they got you on a Diddy tape having sex, maybe it's not illegal, but maybe in a moral situation, if you're a lawyer, or you're a high price or high end celebrity, if you're an actor, if you're married and have a family and have kids and all of these other things, now you got a situation where it's a problem for you, and it can create a problem for you, make you have a divorce. Now you got to go pay a settlement because your wife don't see you or your husband don't see you on a Diddy tape. You understand what I'm saying? And now that causes all types of issues, ruins your life, ruins your business, ruins your family, ruins your relationship. Even though it may have been consensual at the time, that gets out there to the public. So now what she's saying is people out here trying to sell these tapes to the other person who's in the tapes for the catch and kill. That way, those tapes don't leak out to the public and they can get their cash off these guys. And then boom, they back good. Let me finish playing what she said. Explain who the person was, but
High profile? Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
You
can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video is pornographic in nature. Now, see, that's going to cause a scramble. That right there is going to cause a scramble. And they say, well, Ticket, why is that going to cause a scramble? That's going to cause a scramble because guess what? She ain't say no names. So now everybody that did any dirt with Diddy, I want y'all to think about this. And when I say dirt, I mean, and shout out to Kitty Moves with the donation, man. Salute to y'all. If y'all want to donate, y'all can click the Cash App, PayPal link pinned at the top of the comments. So what does that mean? Anybody that did any dirt with Diddy, they don't know if they on them tapes or not. So let's just, and if you got kids, tell your kids to close y'all ears, because I'm just going to be honest on this video right here. Let's say that you was with Diddy. Let's say that y'all had a consensual situation going on and that you guys was in there doing menages and all kind of stuff, right? And it's on tape. You don't know it's on tape, but you on tape, right? Anything. You could have been involved with Diddy, any of these things now, but now you could be married. You could be happy. You could have a family, kids, and your family don't know nothing about that life you lived, right? This tape could be from 5-10 years ago. You don't know nothing about that life you lived. Your new family doesn't know anything about that life you lived. If that tape gets to the public, it destroys your life. So now anybody, and think about Diddy lived this lifestyle every single day, they're saying, like party lifestyle, having fun, all these other things. That's why Diddy's saying it was consensual, because he's saying that all these people was down with the party. But now you got people that's going to the feds that's trying to turn evidence on the dude so they don't be involved with it. See what I'm saying? That's what I was telling y'all yesterday when I said a lot of these people's capping because they was down with the play, and now they trying to turn state or turn fed so that they don't get caught up in the indictment. See what I'm saying? So here's the play right here.
She didn't say no names. So all these, bro, half these Hollywood girls is freaks. Actors, all of them. Look, how many of these chicks in Hollywood y'all seen be married and keep a marriage going for more than 3 years? How many times these top chicks in Hollywood had relationships that lasted more than 5 years? Bro, they just moving on and on and on and on, and it's sweeter than Ben and Jerry's. So everybody with everybody, right? So if you had run-ins with Diddy, imagine how many chicks Diddy had that was high-profile celebrities, right? Let's say they don't even know they was being recorded. Now that they're seeing this case and they're seeing that, damn, this dude had hidden cameras, oh, they going crazy because they don't know if they on tape and they don't know if the feds got the tape and they don't know if it's going to come up in the federal indictment and in the investigations. See what I'm saying? They don't now. Here's the game changer. Forget that the feds got the tapes. The lawyer is saying that people got these tapes on the street in Hollywood now, and they selling these tapes. Now that's the thing. You're like, oh man, so people are going crazy because if you were in any situation with Diddy, now you're out of your mind trying to figure out who's on the tape she's talking about. So if you ever did anything kind of dirt with Diddy or something like that, you thinking, damn, I own that tape? Because it could ruin your life. It could ruin your family. It could ruin your kids. It could ruin everything about you, your personal work, all of these things. It could destroy you. You see what I'm saying? It could destroy your reputation, everything. Just you being on this. Some people use it as a come up. We know who used the sex tape as a come up. She infamously is famous for that. But a lot of these people who got families and friends now who are in certain, groups and businesses and are certain places in their life, they ain't trying to deal with no divorce where they got to go kick out this bread because they was on tape doing this shit and now they spouse don't going crazy. So you guys got to listen to what this lady is saying because now these people going crazy. And I'm telling you, the fact that she didn't say no names, I guarantee you she got probably about 100-some phone calls trying to inquire if they were on the tape. See what I'm saying? And since she said that on national TV, the feds gonna come knocking on her door to find out who in the hell is on those tapes that you saw.
Oh my. All right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes. This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video. So to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So that's the problem. That now see, when she said that right there, that is what is going to, muddy the waters. Because she's saying that the tapes look like they were hidden tapes and that the other person didn't know they were being recorded. That's now you're in a private setting. You're having sex and somebody's recording you having sex with a person you don't know they're recording you having sex. That's right there. You know what I'm saying? But now back to this situation we talking about right here. What Gene Deal said was, and why would Gene Deal say that? Gene Deal said that because he's saying that that's what LeBron said about him being in those tapes. LeBron James should have never said that about the Diddy parties. He should have never said, ain't no party like a Diddy party. He should have never said, because he didn't know that this was going to come down. So you will never hear anybody in those NBA circles ask him any questions about that. They will never ask him any questions about that Diddy situation. They have probably shot that down from any reporter. You are banned from coming in here and asking any questions like of that sort. So all y'all that's saying, why ain't nobody asking? They will never ask him those questions. They will shut that down through the media, through the team. They will shut that down. But again, if LeBron James got something to say, he need to take it up with Gene Deal. The same way he should have took it up with Cael Sonnen and all them people who said that he was taking illegal PEDs. And LeBron James didn't say nothing about Cael Sonnen or to Cael Sonnen. But all of his fans get mad If anybody else say it on this level, they get mad. But LeBron James himself, he won't sue them guys. He won't say nothing. He'll let Gene Deal and these guys say this.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having one or two or maybe three ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing is going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure. And
So, and Gene, now let's talk about what Gene said towards the end too. Gene said, and Gene accused Diddy of using these tapes to control people in Hollywood. So think about that. Gene says that Diddy, he's alleging that Diddy would allegedly, put guys against each other and then use that against these other guys. He would use things that he had over you. So let's say that Diddy has you in a compromising situation and he's got you on tape. Well, now you're at the behest of Diddy because Diddy can say, hey, dog, I got you on tape doing this. So, yeah, you going to help me on this situation right here, bro. Or we going to, you know what I'm saying? We going to destroy you. That's what Gene Deal is saying. So Gene Deal is saying that based off what LeBron James said when he said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Gene Deal is saying that LeBron James, your favorite NBA superstar, could be caught up in those tapes because he said that potentially could have been in that federal indictment. And that's what Gene Deal was talking about when he said that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see if LeBron James or Rich Paul, because they like, if you say LeBron James ain't the GOAT, they'll go to every podcast and respond to you. They'll go to, Rich Paul will be on every podcast if you don't say LeBron James is the GOAT. But if you say that, when those guys say LeBron James was on PEDs, when Chael Sonnen and them guys said that, you ain't hear not a rat pass gas. You didn't hear nothing from their team about that. They didn't go to nobody, and there no lawsuits, no going to nobody. Gene Deal brings this up. I guarantee they ain't gonna pull up on Gene Deal and address what he said. I guarantee you they're not gonna pull up on Gene Deal and address what he said. And Gene Deal said this in front of the world, Craig. He said just what LeBron said. See what I'm saying? And so think about this. Think about this, right? Why would Gene Deal say that? Now, you think LeBron James gonna come out and say, man, I wasn't on none of them tapes, man. I wasn't doing that. LeBron James haven't even said nothing. He ain't said a word. LeBron James ain't came out and said, yo, I'm not out. I wasn't there. You know, you've seen a lot of other guys come out and say, hey, man, look, I was at a Diddy party, but I left early. You heard all them other guys say that. How many other people y'all heard come out and say, hey, I was at a Diddy party, but I left early, dog? You ain't heard LeBron James say a word. Not one word. He ain't say, yo, I was there, I left early. You know, I had a strictly, you know how LeBron James is, man? Yeah, you know, I had a strictly professional relationship with Diddy. We was cool. That was my guy. But, you know, nothing went on to the set. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing. Rich Paul, he normally be right. Yeah, man, you know, I'm Rich Paul, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It's all about LeBron, man. You know, he better than Jordan, man. You know, they ain't say nothing about none of this stuff. Nothing. And think, they date back. This ain't no Braun just now started kicking it around Diddy. They've been back in the day. So they go back. If you go Google Diddy and LeBron, you got pictures from them dudes from over a decade ago. Back when LeBron James was in Cleveland the first time. That picture on your screen is when LeBron James was playing with the Miami Heat. So again, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know? Now, me personally, I'm not indicting LeBron James. I don't know what he got going on. And you know what I'm saying? I haven't been in none of that situation. So for me, I'm just saying what Gene Deal said. You understand what I'm saying? And so will LeBron James and his team respond to this entire Diddy situation? Because if you look, there's articles that have been written about it online. I've seen articles online that's been written about this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So will he respond to it? You understand? That's the question. You feel me? That's the question. So again, man, if somebody is defaming your character or saying something that's not true about you, you know, hey man, LeBron James said he more than an athlete. He said he will never shut up and dribble. But I guarantee you one thing, in this case, he gonna shut his ass up and dribble. He not finna jump out in the middle of this because again, nobody knows who on them tapes the feds got. Nobody know who the fed, and nobody know what Diddy recorded. So think about this. If Diddy's recording parties, and I'm not talking about LeBron James, I'm just saying if Diddy's recording parties and you got all these celebrities going to the parties and you got all these bad chicks that's at the party, right? I'm talking about super bad chicks, right? And there's recordings of you at these parties. Let's say you ain't even do nothing, but you at the party chilling. Maybe you might have a couple words with another chick, this, that, and the third, and it's on video. But you got a wife, you got a kid, you got a family that don't know nothing about this. If them tapes get out to the public, you done. See what I'm saying? That's the type of foolishness that has this indictment or this situation with Diddy has put on a whole string of people. Because guess what, y'all? If you look, everybody was there at some form or fashion. All these people y'all seen in Hollywood, politicians, all of these people have been linked up with Diddy at some point in time, whether it was just at events or just, you know, you see the video, you see the pictures online. See what I'm saying? Again, you see the pictures online. And I told y'all, man, I ain't never really liked Diddy. I don't like no grown man running around here calling people daddy. I seen the dude on video talking about, yeah, what's up, daddy? You ain't really said nothing to me lately. Daddy? Man, what the hell wrong with you? Who you calling daddy? Like, he literally said that online, like on video. Yeah, daddy, we ain't been kicking it like we, you know what I'm saying? What's up, daddy? Huh? What? Like, that's online. You like, this ain't nothing we making up. This something we seen in the public. Where people's like, what the hell? We saw this. So we sit up here like, dang. Like, he really said that. He really was out here calling grown men daddy and didn't get knocked out. Didn't get laid out. Because normally you say stuff like that, man, dudes is going upside your head, man. Dudes is going upside your head, bruh. Straight up.
When you put my bag, I like when you like this, daddy. Yeah, when you put my bag, daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. No, I like that. You know, I'll be practicing. I got
What? What?
Yeah. Mr. Lee, yeah, I love this drink. Where you put my bag? I like when you like this, Daddy. Yeah, where you put my bag? Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. No, I like that.
People looking at this dude like he done lost his damn mind. What? You caught, and then, like I said.
Yes, goddammit. I'm in.
Where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me, though? For real, because I'm saying, it seems like a thing with this birthday party.
Man,
I'm talking about for your birthday. Huh? Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
What? Bro, dude should have knocked that dude out, man. Straight up, bro. It should have been a straight up, it should have been a squabble right there, bro. I'll just be honest with you, man. It should have been a squabble right there, bro. Should have been a squabble right there. Should have been a squabble, bro. Like, bro, what you talking about, man? Like, huh? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm not your daddy, dog. What's up with that, bro? It should have been a squabble right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, this is the type of things that people's talking about, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? And so I'm not with that play, bro. Like, real talk, man. I'm a grown ass man, bro. Like, on some real shit, my nigga. You feel me? Y'all gonna have to jump me or beat my ass in here, bro. You understand? Dudes are looking at him like he was crazy saying that. Like, you feel me? On camera. So imagine how it's going off camera in certain situations. Not saying with those people, but I'm saying just in general. You understand? And so again, when Gene Deal says that, hey man, he lining people up because he got you on video now. So now, if you got videos and you lining people up and you putting people against each other and doing all of this for your own personal profit and gain, see, these are the things that people got to look at too. Like, damn, he doing this shit. Like, you doing that snake shit too? You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes everything, people look at everything from a completely different perspective. Then you had Chris Cuomo. What he said in the interview with Suge Knight. What did Chris Cuomo say in that interview with Suge Knight? Chris Cuomo in the interview with Suge Knight, he sat up there and told Suge Knight. Chris Cuomo sat up there and told Suge Knight in that interview. Y'all remember what he told Suge? He was like that he heard that JLo and Ben Affleck, they got divorced over this. That's what he said. He said that JLo and Ben Affleck got divorced over this whole, allegedly over this whole Diddy situation. I didn't say that. That's what Chris Cuomo said on national TV. He said that on News Nation on national TV. Is what Chris Cuomo said. And I'm going to play that for y'all right now too. He said that. So when you look at that and you looking at these things and you saying, damn, dog, what is all this? And you seeing this and, you just thinking like, damn, dog, like, where's all this shit coming from, man? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play that to y'all, what he said about the stuff with JLo. I'm going to play that for y'all, right? And I want y'all to listen to what he said, about, and I haven't heard JLo or anybody responding to, that whole interview. I haven't heard to what he said. I haven't heard JLo or none of these people responded to that. I haven't heard any response to that. But I'm going to play what he said. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that that you guys should listen to that, because I think that part right there is very important, what he said. You understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to listen to this right here. Listen to what Chris Cuomo had to say. And he said it himself. And it blew me up my socks off.
Hey, Suge, thank you for calling back.
Hey, I'd like to say this too real quick. You got a woman that works for you that's really incredible. You don't find too many people.
Now, hold on. Let me get right to it, y'all. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes.
It's a quick business. It's It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they find him hanging from the ceiling or dead for the truth come out.
Do you believe
I think
that
the truth needs to be...
Do you believe that Diddy is in danger in prison? And do you have advice for him based on what you just said?
Well, the first advice I have, I don't ever want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself, once they put him on suicide watch, you have the rights to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no T-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You so naked in a cell as a crazy man. So he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot. They're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Go to jail. I mean, one of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. If somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. All right, they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we sign up for in life. So if I sign up to be a football player, I knew I'm going to get hit and I'm going to hurt some other too. I signed up to be in the music business and the entertainment business. If you factor right, and being a black man, there's certain things you got to look at for the challenges. If they can't take the money from you, they take you from the money by putting you in prison. That's a fact. In Puffy's situation, he should go and get his time out the way. Not no life sentence. If he can get a lesser time, he should jump on it because he had a great run. I'm in prison right now. I had a great run. So I don't go mad. I don't wake up mad. I've been locked up for 10 years, and I ain't had a bad day yet. And it's a lot of things we can do to help each other, and it's never too late for help. God bless us to have a voice. Let's use our voice. I had told Puffy a while back. I told TD Jakes a while back. Come on, collect calls. We can politic. Because one thing for certain, one thing for sure, he's just not going to walk away with one scratch on it.
Do you think that Diddy?
He can do so.
Do you think Diddy knows enough that it's a very delicate balance that maybe investigators will want to know these other names and greatly reduce his exposure to criminality to time versus what people would do to keep him quiet?
Number one, I've been knowing him a long time, and we was friends. We're not enemies, but we were friends. He's not a dummy, so he's smart enough to work his magic. On top of that, this man right here, he's been involved with the FBI of his career. It's not like he don't have no moves. But I don't think nobody should just count him out. I don't think he gonna lay down and just crawl in the corner and die. He probably going through a lot of shit right now because he probably going through a lot of withdrawals for the drugs. But the industry got him on drugs. And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing, there's nothing wrong with being gay. If you choose to be gay, that's your preference. But they doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
Suge.
And they've been having the power of the, yes.
I appreciate you. For people who have done a little bit of homework and know who you are.
Any other man, any other human being going to prison. And people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time. And Ray J was talking to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey. But I see Charles always got some negative to say when it comes to West Coast.
Now, I want y'all to hear what Chris Cuomo is about to say about the JLo stuff. I want y'all to listen very closely to this.
Don't get on no platform because it be something positive. If it ain't positive,
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure. That Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why JLo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about.
See, that's the thing right there. Right there. When he said that, that blew my mind. And Chris Cuomo said that. Listen to that one more time, y'all. When he said that they had videos of JLo and Diddy, and Ben Affleck found out, and that's the reason why allegedly they're going through a divorce now, because he's seen his current wife on these Diddy videos. And that's what I was telling y'all about when the girl said about the catch and kill in Hollywood and all these tapes that's out there. Chris Cuomo said that on the national news TV.
Where's this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. If you start it's positive.
And that's why they're quiet. That's why JLo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know.
Y'all heard that? Say it one more time.
Epstein kind of figure. That Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why JLo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with.
And that's the thing. Is that illegal? That whatever he's saying about Diddy and JLo, was that consensual? Because Diddy was dating JLo. See what I'm saying? So what Diddy's gonna do is when he get on the stand, and Suge Knight said Diddy gonna sing like a bird when he get on that stand. But when he get on the stand, what Diddy's gonna do is, right? And Suge Knight said something that was very smart. He said Diddy got more plays. He not stupid. He said Diddy got connections to the FBI and to all these other people. And that's what he says. That ain't the first person who said that. They said Diddy been working with them people. So if that's true, which I don't know, but if that's true, and he says that Diddy has another play, well, is Diddy's play to go out there and push these buttons and make sure he, you know what I'm saying, gets out of here, you know, as least scathed as possible? But think about that. Does that mean that what he did with JLo, is he going to say, hey, look, I had relationships with these people. We did some freaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was on video. Y'all got some of the videos, but it wasn't illegal. See what I'm saying? It was not illegal. You feel me? These people was consenting to that. Now, if you got minors or if you beating on people, you're done. But if you're adults and he got adults on tape doing these things and they were agreed to these things, you know what I'm saying? You see what it is. I never heard JLo come out suing Diddy saying that he did this or he did that. I don't even see now that there's a lawsuit from JLo. I don't see anything. I haven't heard anything from JLo's side about this, except for her mom said that she don't like Diddy. So is it because of these alleged tapes that they're saying that's out there? What is it now? See what I'm saying? But one more time for your mind, y'all, before we get up out of here, I got to just say it again. This is what Gene Deal had to say on Art of Dialogue. Shout out to Art of Dialogue.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having one or two or maybe three ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So how the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody.
So, I mean, you know, well, that's to be continued, man. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And it's going to be explosive to see what Diddy, because they said Diddy's going to take the stand and testify on his behalf. It's going to be explosive to how Diddy explains all of these things and all of these different people's names that's going to come up in this trial, man. And I'm going to tell you guys something. This people's names is not even being said that we don't know that's going to be said in the trial. And if they put Diddy on the stand, remember, the prosecution gets to cross-examine Diddy. That means they get to ask Diddy about every single person that was famous, infamous, or what you call in those videos. And Diddy would have to answer questions about all of these different people and their roles in the video. And remember that the videos probably will be played in court as evidence. And that's the crazy part. And that's the sad part about the exposure, is because you don't know who's on all those videos that the FBI got. And they say they got a lot of those videos, man. And the bad part is that, you know, Diddy had those videos. He could have destroyed those videos after the Cassie situation so that nobody could have at least had those videos he had in his crib. The fact that he didn't destroy those videos, the fact that he didn't destroy all those sex toys, the fact that he didn't destroy or get rid of all that baby oil and stuff, the fact that he didn't get rid of all those things. Once the Cassie lawsuit came out, he just, like I said before, man, he just made it so that it was a layup for these people to try to do this to him. Because once that lawsuit went public, he had time between then and the time they raided his crib to destroy all of those things. All of those tapes, he could have put them in the fireplace, burned them, and destroyed all of them. But he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He could have got them guns out of his crib, the drugs out of his crib, all of these things he could have got going. But he didn't. So, you know, and you still don't know if those are the only things Diddy got. You think those are the only homes Diddy got with tapes in them? Diddy probably got other spots. And here's the problem. And I want to put this in everybody's brain before I leave, because this is the stuff y'all don't think about. And smash the like button. We should have, by the time this video is over, we should have over 10,000 likes. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Think about this. Them homes they raided, them ain't the only homes Diddy got. Diddy got homes overseas that they can't raid because it's outside of their jurisdiction. That guess what? Other people got access to. Because when you rich like that and you caked up like that and you got stupid bread like that, guess what? You got other people that's running, controlling your homes in all different places. Whether you got homes overseas, homes in different places, you can have tapes in all these other places that's been stored up, stashed up, everything. And guess what? Now that Diddy's locked down, now who can you trust? Even if you got different homes, trap spots in the States in certain places that them boys don't know about, but your homies know, they can go in them spots. Imagine how much of his money was hanging around in those spots. His homies don't took that money. You know what I'm saying? He may have put the little homies on it to go get his shit, but you know how that go now. Imagine all his spots that he may have videos in to catch up. And that's how you think when you say, how these damn videos get on the street. You don't know how many spots this dude had that the feds did not have search warrants to go raid. Because the girl said he had a spot in Atlanta too. So if you got all these spots, you got these different videos in these spots, dudes run up in your home that you supposed to be cool with, get the videos and hold them videos. Man, they can sell them videos. You know how much money they can get? So let's say I'm working for Diddy. I'm making like $60,000, $70,000 a year. I can sell this goddamn tape right here and go get 100 racks right now of some of these tapes with some of these people on these tapes. What you think they gonna do? Diddy locked up, they out of employment. What you think? How you think these tapes getting in the streets in Hollywood right now? Overseas. And all kind of people on these tapes. Think about that. So behind the scenes, it's hectic right now. Trust what I tell y'all this. It's hectic right now. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You feel me? So that's why I told y'all, a lot of these cats, man, y'all ain't finna hear nothing. Not a word. Because now they thinking, damn, I was around this nigga the whole time. And he recorded me like, you know what I'm saying? If you ever slept over Diddy's crib and this dude got cameras in your room that you was sleeping in, you're like, damn, now you know that he got cameras all over the place, hidden cameras. You're like, damn, dog, this nigga got hidden cameras. I'm all on these tapes. You see what I'm saying? Now you feel violated by Diddy. Like, damn, dog, you had me in your home, bro. I ain't even know you had tapes in the bathroom. You got tapes in the bathroom, tapes in the bedroom. Come on, dog, what's up with that? See what I'm saying? Think about that. So all that stuff y'all ain't thinking about. So people may feel violated. A nigga may say, you know what, I'm snitching on this nigga, man. This nigga don't have me on tape. I'm on private tapes, this, that, and the third. I'm finna take the whole, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, think about this, y'all. Use the correlation to the Young Dolph case. That boy that snitched, that boy got on the stand and put his chin up and snitched on everybody. He was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, you know you did it with me, dog. You was right there. You shot the gun. You was driving the car. He told everything. You know why? Because he was supposed to get, he said $40,000 for a hit. And he said they paid him $800. What you think he gonna do? What you think he gonna do? He gonna sing like a bird. He ain't get his money. He locked up. Man, you like, oh, hell no. That's the type of shit that you got going on. See what I'm saying? Period. So if you one of them security guards and Diddy treated you like shit, talked about you like a dog, you might have been the whole time saying, all right. Think about this, y'all. I want to put this in y'all brain. Diddy may have been calling you all types of B words and stuff like that. Gene Deal said that Diddy used to try to humiliate him when he was a security guard. He said he got so mad the night that Big passed away that Puff made, when he got in the car, Puff tried to lean the seat all the way back. You know Gene Deal like 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds. You lean the seat all the way back so he can't sit right. His legs got to sit crossways because you don't lean the seat all the way back. Disrespected a man like that. So, you know, some cats may say, you know what, I ain't going to quit. All right, cool. I'm going to keep getting this check because it's my job. But guess what? The whole time I'm collecting intel on your punk ass. Yeah, I got videos, all this shit. So for a rainy day, nigga. So the same thing you doing to all them other people, I'm doing this to you. I just ain't telling you. I'm just taking all your disrespect being cool. Think about that. So now when your day of reckoning come, now I'm going to turn on you. Period. Because the general public, they ain't going to see all this bullshit you doing to me. How you treat me like a piece of shit. And I'm over here protecting your life. Put my life on the line to protect you. Think about that. It's all kind of, that's why I told you, you got to think deep when you think about this type of stuff. See what I'm saying? Deep, deep. So when you got all them people around you, bro, man, that's the worst thing you can do is have all these type of people around you. Because you never know. Again, it was a dude that used to hang around Young Dolph that killed him, bro. This would it always be like that, bro. The dudes that be the closest to you be the first ones to snake you. They be the ones that get the drop on you. They be the ones that turn on you. You got to think about that. See what I'm saying? Y'all definitely let me know what y'all feel about this video, man. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all know I appreciate everybody that's in the building, man. I love y'all, man. Listen, man, and don't demonize people because they think a different way. somebody may say, hey man, look, you know, some of my homies, they be like, hey man, Ticket, man, this shit was consensual with a lot of these chicks. And guess what? I believe them. I believe them. But that don't mean that they condone or accept the beating on women like we seen in that video. That don't mean that they condone or accept that if any minors was taken advantage of. We're not saying that. They're not saying that. So think about that. Guys, let me know what y'all think about this, man. And, you know, will LeBron James or Rich Paul or those guys respond to Gene Deal? You know they're going to watch this video. Is y'all going to respond to Gene Deal? Is y'all going to respond to Kale Sonnen? Because I know one thing, when Kyrie Irving was going through his shit, LeBron James sure did get up on that stand and talk about how Kyrie Irving was wrong. But when Kale Sonnen was over there talking that shit every single day, he said nothing. Y'all smash the like button, share the video, like the video. And y'all definitely let me know what y'all think. I'm gone.